Hey, it's Lauren. Today I have a favorites video for you. I got quite a few newer items because it was my birthday just last week. So before I get completely distracted by the brand new things, I want to talk about these guys before they get pushed to the side, as has a tendency to happen. So here they are. First up, because I know I am going to forget about it because it is on me, but I wanted to talk about this necklace, and it's just a simple chain that has like a fake crystal diamond right here. And I picked this up from Anthropologie a good like 6-7 weeks ago, and I've pretty much worn it almost every single day since then. I have just made this sort of been the staple piece of jewelry that I have been into lately. I think it's been the most consistent piece of jewelry I have worn besides my wedding ring in a while. And it's just been one of those pieces that I felt like has like topped off, complemented every outfit I've been into lately. So yeah, just a little nod to that guy. And then also on the fashion spectrum, I just wanted to talk about these, ooh, don't fall stuff. I just wanted to talk about these shoes from Madewell. I also got these probably about 2 or so months ago. They're like kind of like a mule that has a strap in the back, and they came in this camel color and also a suede. And Madewell like quality, especially in the shoes, can be hit or miss, but these have been a hit for me. Decent quality and rather comfy. So yeah, I've been wearing these with jeans, with skirts, with shorts, with what have you, and I think these will carry into the fall. There's been a few sort of standout guys for me in terms of skincare, and one that if you watch my videos, you've probably seen a couple of times, and honestly you'll probably see again if you keep watching my videos, and that is the Tatcha Violet Sea Radiance mask. I have just been really enjoying this mask. I have made quite a sizable dent in this guy. It is probably halfway donezo, maybe a little more than a third donezo, but I have been making a sizable dent in this guy, and this does what it says. It gives a nice, gentle, non-irritating exfoliation. My skin feels really soft and hydrated afterwards and quite bright. I still can't necessarily say if it's doing anything to my wrinkles like it says that it does, but in general, my skin, when I use this, and I have been using it rather consistently, has just been looking rather nice. And this is a great like pre-event mask. If you know that your skin gets along with this, this is one of those things like if you have an event, or if you're like going out, or just any reason where you like want your skin to just be elevated, it's one of those like great pre-out masks. Another guy that you have seen in a couple of my videos and has just been a luxurious love of mine, and that is the Mamiel Daily Exhale Hydrating Nectar. Now this, I believe I have mentioned in the past, since it's a UK brand, I believe overseas it is marketed as an SPF, but because here in the States it doesn't have the SPF like FTA or whatever stamp on it here yet, so it is only sold as or marketed as a moisturizer, but it does have a very nice physical sunscreen, so it is a great daily during the day moisturizer. It does have a tiny bit of tint, which makes it really nice to just wear on its own or to build up with something else on top of it. I love the formula on this guy. It is packed with like nutrient, antioxidant dense oils in it. It has like avocado extract and a couple of my favorite really vitamin rich guys like raspberry seed and prickly pears. So I know this is not in the majority of the world's price point, but if it is, this guy, it's great. 2 more skin guys I want to talk about, and then I have quite a bit of makeup that I have been into lately. The first dude is an old guy that I got into, and that is the Ostia Renaissance cleansing gel. I want to say Renaissance. not even a word. But this is a oldie but a goodie, a cult classic in terms of the beauty community and the skincare community. Now this is definitely also a higher priced cleanser, but it feels so luxurious. Now this is a gel to oil formula, so you put it on dry skin and you work it in to emulsify, and it turns into a beautiful oil that just dissipates makeup and impurities. It's not like the strongest makeup remover, and because of the price point and the formula, I don't really like using it as one, but it does if I'm just like had like a low to no makeup day. It is lovely on the skin. I do love though personally using this in the morning because it is wonderfully hydrating and it has such a huge boost of like antioxidant rich ingredients. It does have some enzymes in it, so I do find that is great for like drier and more mature skin, but also if you have super sensitive skin, just make sure that this sort of enzyme doesn't annoy you. I have pretty sensitive skin and I haven't had any issues with that. And this is also one of those cleansers that works really nice as a mask, similar to like the Jordan Samuel what else? Even like that Pixie Glycolic, all of those work really nice as masks. You can just sort of leave them on for a while, and some of them are more hydrating and some give a little bit extra exfoliation when you leave them on your skin. So if you were to use it as both of those things, maybe that would help you justify the price. But yeah, this is a cult classic for a reason. It's freaking great. And then another new love, this is a relatively newer launch from True Botanics. It is from their newer Basics line, and this is their hydrating oil. Now this guy is a lovely mix of camellia seed oil, raspberry, avocado, hemp seed, and I believe chia seed, amongst some other things that I can't really remember off the top of my head. But it is another one of those oils that has just like a multitude of things in it that do it. So not only is it hydrating, but it has things in it that are brightening, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. I've been using this pretty consistently and it's a decently dense oil, so I feel like this is going to last me for quite a while. And because of its consistency, it's one of those nice oils that you can really like work into the skin like as a nice face massage. If like I really want to give in there and give myself like a little bit of jaw love. Oh man, that's taking me back to like my drama school days. If any of you know what jaw love exercises were, then you definitely took acting voice classes. But yeah, this guy is great for that, you know, using like a jade roller. Also, it's really nice to like mix in with different moisturizers. I have been testing out the new Pharmacy moisturizer, and this mixes in really nicely with a lightweight moisturizer like that. So yeah, and it smells really nice. It's just a really nice dude. I know I say nice dude to a lot of things, but you know, it is. So a few makeup guys that I have been into, I think all of these have been on my channel or my Instagram in one way or another. The first one is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra-Longwear Foundation. I was pretty on the fence about this guy. I think it was pretty clear about that in the video I put out talking about this. And at that point, I had had it for like 1 to 2 weeks. And I'm glad that I kept going with this because this is a lovely, I'd say rather sophisticated base. It can easily be sheared out and also easily built up. It definitely, you know, the more you cake it on, the more it looks cakey and the less it lasts. But it just gives a really lovely finish on the skin. It doesn't emphasize my texture, which is nice. I am in the process of still giving it a couple more rounds, but I've been trying out the new Milk Foundation. And oh my God, like, I'm not a spring chicken, but that makes me look so old. And that's not for something you want from your makeup. So yeah, this has just been really lovely, and getting to the point where I've been talking for so long that I can't speak. Another guy that I have been into and carting around is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I do love the NARS concealer, I think, more for covering up spots because this is very emollient, so it's going to move around. If you have oily skin, I don't really see you getting along with this, but if you have drier skin and you like something a little bit more sheer, this is really nice. But what I wanted to really talk about is this actually makes a lovely foundation. If you just sort of, because it is so like I said, I cannot talk. Because it is so emollient, it can really be stretched out onto the skin and create a really nice, just like base from this. But also it melts. So don't keep this in your purse on a hot day like I did. I ended up with some issues. And then another guy is the VaporStratus Instant Skin Perfector. This is number 904. I think they have a couple different ones, but this is the slightly pinkish tinted one. And this is no, I haven't tried the Milk Blur Stick or any of those blur sticks out there, but it has a blurring quality. It has a sort of illuminator-esque glow within that it gives to the skin, as well as sort of a slightly pore filling, blurring perfectingness that it gives to the skin. So it looks lovely on its own, as well as to build off of. The only issue is if you put this on without having things fully sink in, and then you start to work this in, things can kind of pill. So just make sure all your other ish has sunken into the skin, as well as just making sure you really work this into the skin. That can be a big turnoff for, I know, a lot of people, but I'm able to make it work, and I love the outcome of giving it the work that it needs. And then also, wherever it went, oh, right here, the Clove Hollow Lip Cream in Desert Rose. I believe this was in my last video, if things are going in order that I think they are. But yeah, I have been loving this newer launched natural lipstick brand. They have a few different products, and it seems like they're slowly launching more stuff. I believe they have concealers, but it seems like the largest amount of products they have are lipsticks. But this is just a beautiful nude lipstick. I have it on right now. I got super into my bolds there for a little bit, and then this came into my life, and now it's been this. Like I said, I get distracted really easily, so I want to talk about the things I've been loving before I get distracted by something else. But just great packaging, you know, it's a nice magnetic close, great branding, great name, lovely, really hydrating, beautifully pigmented formula. This is a great nude that looks nice now in the heat of summer, the end of August, and it's going to probably carry me into autumn quite nicely. Speaking of carrying me into autumn nicely, the Urban Decay Naked Heat Palette. This has already kind of died down in terms of the world of makeup. We are it was this, then I think like the Sephora palettes, and then the Subculture palettes, and now probably like the Marc Jacob palettes, and there'll be some other palette, and it's just like every 2 weeks there's like a new palette craze. And like as soon as you get into like a groove with something and pick something up, there's something else that is distracting you and say, hey, spend your money on me. But nonetheless, this is a lovely guy. It has a beautiful mix of warm tones. Because some of these do end up seeming rather similar, I've been like challenging myself because when I got it, I just sort of got into a groove really quickly. Like I tested out a bunch of different combinations when I first got it, and then got into a groove of what I was wearing. And then I was like, hold up, like I'm gonna hit pan on like 2 shadows and the rest are gonna be left. So like I said, it inspired me to start really trying to make very different looks. Today I have a tiny bit of chaser on my lid, and then a little bit of sauce in the crease. I know nothing all that interesting, but what I did do is I took Ember and ashes, and I created a glittery purple wing with that that I have been rocking for a few days, and I really like it. So I think I'll try and do like a week of heat video of different looks, but I don't know, I'm not like the most confident in my eyeshadow abilities, but it might be a fun challenge for myself. But anyways, this is a really lovely palette, and I'm gonna have it for years, and it's totally my jam. My AC has kicked on in the last little couple of items that I was talking about, so I guess that's a cue for me to wrap up this video. I wanted to mention one more thing before I left, and that is Twin Peaks. I love Twin Peaks. I recently got the Secret History of Twin Peaks, the Mark Frost book that he came out with a couple years before the Return came out. I am a Washington native. I was born and for part of my life grew up like in the suburbs outside of Seattle, and then when I got a little bit older, my family moved to the eastern side of the state, and so I've just had a very well-rounded Washington childhood. But all over Washington, you know, Twin Peaks is very much loved because it is filmed not only like on the western side of the state, like in Snoqualmie area, but it geographically takes place right in the area where I grew up, like a stone's throw from Kettle Falls, and David Lynch is like a Montana, like Spokane, Idaho person. He grew up in those areas, so there's definitely like a connection I have felt with that. I know it's like a pointless connection, you know, just hometown pride. But anyways, it's been really fun rewatching the series with my husband. He hadn't seen it before, and then watching The Return has just been so fun. I've just loved diving down the Reddit theory hole and like seeing all the callbacks from old episodes and the callbacks to Fire Walk with Me and learning more about these characters. It's just been a wonderful ride, and I love that they didn't cater to just the casual viewer. And I know that has probably put a lot of people off who had never seen the first couple seasons, and then they start watching The Return, then they're like, what the hell is going on, and just give up. And you know, I can see how that can be frustrating for people, but somebody who's super into it, it has been really nice that they didn't dumb anything down or placate to exposition, and if anything, just made you dive deeper into the world and the mythos, just the mythology of Twin Peaks, and how much of it is really intertwined with actual current events and people that happened, which has been one of the fun thing about going through this book is learning about those things, as well as all of the interconnection that he puts with the Twin Peaks and Mark Frost right with other cultures, you know, learning and talking about tulpas and different Native American cultures and tribes and things like that. That is just, you know, my kind of thing. Like I love legends, I love mythology. I think I've like dropped a few like anecdotal mythology things about herbs so in the past, so it's just something that tickles my fancy. Sorry for this weird little rant if you're still here. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and it wasn't all over the place, and yeah, if you like Twin Peaks, check it out. Anywho, I'll see you in the next one.